Nope.
It's been years since I escaped the cult of the wolf god. I hope I can finally talk about them and what happened to me during the 4 years I was a part of it. Of course, they don't call themselves the cult of the wolf god. Cults rarely call themselves cults. We never called ourselves anything. It's a name I made up after I left, or should I say, escaped. Once you are in, they won't let you go so easily. At least, not in one piece. I'm no exception, and I lost more than I wanted to during my desertion. They roped me in the same way every organization of this kind does. They just have to catch you in a weak moment of your life. Maybe you recently lost somebody. Maybe you just feel alone and you need someone in your life. With them, it's the same. You are vulnerable, you need help, and they will give you that. Not the help you need, but the help the cult deems most appropriate for you. When they finally got me in, I had to meet with the elders. They asked questions to gauge my judgment. I don't think I would be here if I answered differently than I did, but they decided I was worthy of becoming a cub of the wolf god. I'll tell you later about what happens if they think you are nothing more than a mutt. I had to handle those cases in my later years in the cult.
The wolf is hungry, and the wolf demands flesh. If she gets hungry, she feasts on her own.
That is what the elders always said before they sent out the pack for their monthly hunt. I'm guessing that we were the reasons for most of the missing person posters in the state we hunted in. The, quote, hunt wasn't that glorious as you would imagine. We were grabbing people who strayed too far from their pack after midnight, usually in a white van with a license plate covered by masking tape. Once we got the prey home, we had to prepare them. This was the job for the cubs, and I was a cub for most of my time in the cult. The preparation had 3 steps: strip them, clean them, feed them. We couldn't give tainted flesh to the god. The stripping and washing part was easy. The feeding was the hard part. As I said earlier, I will tell you about those who they judge differently at the initiation. The elders can decide in 2 ways. You either become a member of the pack, or your flesh shall be blessed by fire so it can be used to cleanse the tainted prey. We usually did this with hot iron plates while I was a part of the cult. We pressed it against the meat, then waited until it cooked. After that, we sliced off those parts. When the mutt would die, it meant they were no longer worthy, and the elders would dispose of their body. I never got to know how, but I have my suspicions. Once we fed the prey, we brought them to the wolf god. Her den was in the lowest part of our sanctuary. It resembled an ancient crypt. The air was pungent from the coal braziers that lit the stone walls. Our footsteps echoed on the wet floor as we led the tied-up victim to relieve the wolf from her hunger. The elders chanted to give the final blessing on the sacrifice, and one of them made a long cut down the back. As the smell of blood became stronger, the cubs had to take a few steps back to give space for the wolf. Moments after we threw the prey into her den, she would emerge, and the prey always screamed as she lifted them to her fangs. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button, or else I'm hitting up my friends over at this cult of the wolf god, and between you and me, they said people who don't like these videos are instantly deemed unworthy, and they're carved up, burnt, and served up to the wolf god. So I don't want that to happen to you, so, just go ahead, like the video. Shout out to the author of this story, Reddit user Sarlol00, or is it SarLOL00? Regardless, I'm leaving the link down below if you want to see more of their work. Great job on this one. And everybody, that is it for this week. Just remember to stay safe out there, especially now. I know things are really scary. Just keep your head up, stay positive, and do your best to just stay out of harm's way. I'll be seeing you in the next video.